Hey everybody, Josh and David here for Whiskey Wednesday for Argonaut Wine and Liquor. Today we are gonna showcase some new whiskeys to us. We've got some old new whiskeys from old favorites as well as some new distilleries. So some really cool things that we got going on. And you know, first in the glass, something everybody's probably heard about, newest release from Buffalo Trace. This is Traveler number 40. So it's a collaboration between Harlan Wheatley, who is the master distiller of Buffalo Trace, and Chris Stapleton, the country music singer. And he came down to Buffalo Trace. They tried a ton of different blends. And, well, and they picked the 40th, number 40. So they might have done more than 40.
Yeah.
But they picked number 40, and so that's why it's Traveler number 40. Chris Stapleton traveled up to Kentucky, and it's the 40th blend. So this guy's going to be $38.99 on the shelf right now. Really bright nose, sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely on the sweeter side. Very light, easy to drink. And, you know, at the price point this is, it's comes in at something you could have on your shelf every day.
Absolutely.
$39.99 a bottle, right? Or $38.99 a bottle, which is definitely doesn't break the bank.
Definitely sweet. I mean, this is a porch pounder for me, right?
Exactly.
Something you know, sitting around, bunch of friends, go through half a bottle without even paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Right? No hug, no burn. I mean, I think it's, I believe it's 90 proof, so 45% ABV. Just a nice, smooth, easy drinking whiskey.
And a fun story about the Still Austin. I went to college in Texas, and my family still lives in Austin. And one time when I was down there visiting, I brought a bottle back and let you and Trevor try it without. He's like, don't look at anything about it. And, you know, they were like, man, that's really good. And I was like, yeah, guess how old it is? And you guys are like 4 or 5 years? It's like 2 years old.
Yeah, so, I mean, in Austin and in a lot of Texas, some of those really hot climates, you can get some of the, you know, wood sugars out of the barrel faster because the heat and the changes in barometric pressure and the big diurnal shift, the difference between the coldest point in the day and the hottest point in the day, all those things contribute to moving the whiskey in and out of the barrel, which pulls out those wood sugars, make the whiskey taste older quicker. So if you can deal with the angel share, which is, you know, how much of the whiskey you lose to evaporation, you know, somewhere hot like that's actually a really good place to age whiskey.
And if you ever get the chance to go down there, you should visit their distillery. It's in an industrial park like some of the ones around here. But when you walk in, they have this really cool bar that they make specialty cocktails, and it's like it opens up into like a garden area where you can hang out. But it's a really cool operation. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, and so this is their cask strength. We have 4 SKUs with them right now. So we have their bourbon, cask strength bourbon, rye, cask strength rye. They will come out with some special releases, LTOs, things later in the year and down the road. But we decided to go with the cask strength to try.
I mean, definitely has a lot of that barrel characteristic, not on the sweeter side at all.
Ooh, it's got a really nice spicy mid palate. Like, you know, as soon as you get it on your tongue, you just start getting the little bit of a tingle. You can tell it's definitely got some proof to it, but it doesn't drink hot at all.
You got that Rick House nose I really like on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. I haven't had the cask.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's...
Yeah, that's an awesome whiskey.
Yeah,
so this is a really unique one. So this is Kings County Distillery from Brooklyn, New York. I'd actually had my eye on these guys. I'm friends with some people up at a store in New York, and they'd done a couple single barrels with these guys. So I was really excited when this was coming to Colorado. This is their peated bourbon. So what that means, you know, everybody thinks of peated single malt Scotch, right? Where what they do is they take the malt as it's drying, they burn peat moss under it, right? And that's what gives it that smoky, you know, in some cases, iodine-y flavor. So they did that with this. So it still meets all the legal requirements of bourbon, right? It still has to be 51% corn, but the malted barley that they used in the mash bill is peated. So they did the same process that you would in Scotland, where you burn the peat moss under the malt as it's drying, gives it that smoky flavor.
Interesting you don't get any of the peat or any of that on the nose.
Yeah, it doesn't smell smoky at all on the nose. I get like a cereal sweetness,
like a mash tun thing going on.
Yeah, I mean like a yeah, definitely like a sugared cereal sweetness.
You definitely get the peat on the palate, but it's not overbearing. It's like it would be like a fun entry level scotch, I guess. But
This is good.
It's really good.
You get the sweetness from the corn right up front. You definitely get those caramels, those vanillas that aren't as present in like a single malt scotch. And then there's just a little bit of smoke on the back end, right? It's not
a fun thing to throw in the glass and try with friends.
Yeah, definitely not, overpowering, not, like some brands like to say a peaty punch in the face. It's not that. There's just like a little hint of smoke at the back end, makes it kind of fun and exciting, something different to do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, those are awesome. They also have a blended and a, I believe, a cast strength bourbon that we carry as well. So 3 SKUs from Kings County, Brooklyn, New York. They're fantastic. And then what I'm sure you guys have all been looking at, Blanton's Gold.
She's arrived.
Yeah, we just right now we are not releasing this today. It is our lottery.
Down to the store, yeah.
Right. It is our lottery for the month, as we talked about the last 2 weeks. So at the end of the month, we'll be drawing names for for the opportunity to purchase this whiskey. How you get those, like all our lotteries, 1 entry, no purchase necessary, and then 1 for buying any Argonaut single barrel or any of these bottles that we had on Whiskey Wednesday today.
During the month, anything featured on Whiskey Wednesday also qualifies our merch. But yeah, so excited to try this.
The nose has like a red licorice sweetness to it.
Let's get like a floral note too.
Yeah, a little bit of like almost a lavender, and then some of that like cakey confectionery sweetness too. Just a ton on the nose. I mean, you could sit there and just nose that for a while.
Sorry guys, you lose.
Oh man. I mean, like, honestly, no joke, that's one of the best whiskeys I've had in a long time.
Yeah, it came out. I mean, obviously we picked it, but it's always fun because it takes forever for these to come in. It's like,
yeah, we picked this probably in October, November.
Yeah,
so it's been a good 6 months since we've had this, and it is every bit as good as I remember it.
Yeah, and no offense to Blanton's, but I'm typically not like just your classic Blanton's fan, but I'm definitely gonna buy a bottle of this. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean the sweetness, it's got like almost like a bubblegum sweetness to it. There's like a little bit of not a smokiness like this, but a little bit of like a light char hint on the back end, and just butter smooth. Yeah. I mean, what's the proof on that? I think the Blanton's Gold, they do it 103. So regular Blanton's is 93. So Blanton's Gold 103, so 51.5% ABV.
This drink's way smoother than that.
Oh yeah. I mean, you don't get.
I mean the regular Blanton's.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's fantastic. Yeah, guys, your way to get it: enter the lottery, buy barrel picks, get extra entries. You are not gonna want to miss this whiskey.
And our yield was, I think, even better than the 107. So we'll draw most of the percentage of names for this, and then probably save a little bit of it for the Father's Day whiskey wheel. So a couple opportunities to get it.
There will be other ways to get this, but we'll probably draw at least 100, 150 names out of that lottery box for this guy. So some awesome new distilleries to us, some great new whiskeys. Come on down and give them a shot. Cheers.